So, on this channel, I've talked about the popularity of anime and manga quite a bit, and that's for good reason. It's extremely popular over here. I mean, it's pretty much taken over the comic book market completely, and I touched on this earlier today. The reason it's doing so well is, well, one, accessibility. I mean, you can just grab volume one, which, as you can see on this chart, people do repeatedly over every month. And I mean, that says a lot too. That's new people coming in. Anime is also extremely popular. And, you know, I do think that one of the reasons for this is they can tell whatever stories they want in Japan. I mean, I'm sure there's some that would probably be taboo for the most, but for the most part, whatever story you want to tell over there, you're good to go. Now, over here in the West, it's a lot different. You tell a story that they don't like, you get canceled. And there's been a lot of examples of that. There was some Civil War show that got canceled not too long ago. I think the HBO was going to do. It was basically going to be, what if the South had won or something? I don't remember the name of it, but, you know, there's no reason you can't tell that story, right? You should let the market decide if it's going to be a failure or not. If people don't watch it, they don't watch it. But no, you're not even allowed to tell that story here. You're not allowed to tell it. But you could tell that story in Japan because they have creative freedom over there. It's something that we lack over here in the West, and that's because of the woke revolution here. These people that have pretty much taken over all of our corporate media. Now, you could still do indie stuff. You know, we have indie creators like Comicsgate stuff. That stuff does pretty good, and I'm glad that we have a market where we can put what we want out. But, you know, for doing something a little higher up, like a movie, we do have people like the Daily Wire's doing stuff, but for the most part, Hollywood releases everything, and most of it, 8 out of 10 times, is shit. Now you have creators in Japan getting a little upset. Apparently, there's some kind of act called the Tokyo Gender Equality Proposal. The full name is the Comprehensive Plan for the Promotion of Gender Equality. Now, on the surface, that probably sounds okay, right? Oh, okay, equal rights for men and women. It's not what it is. In fact, there's something in here about the international perspective on sexual and violent expression and the freedom to not be exposed to offensive expressions. Now, I'm going to be upfront. I don't know what is in this bill. I have not read it. I don't know a lot about Japanese politics other than they don't really give a shit usually about woke garbage. But it appears that might be different now, as you have the author of Love Hina coming out and saying, whoa, I've kind of got some issues with this. This doesn't sound very good. Let me go over what this person is saying. So the outspoken manga creator, Ken Akamatsu, has expressed concerns over the document's vague definitions and potential chilling effects on free expressions. This includes the international perspective on sexual and violent expression and the freedom to not be exposed to the offensive expressions from media and public spaces. A draft of the revision of the Tokyo Metropolitan Government's Comprehensive Plan for the Promotion of Gender Equality, it mentions the freedom to not be exposed to offensive expressions in mass media and public spaces, which scares me as a creator. This means I can't draw anything in Tokyo. This is a gross disregard for freedom of expression. The international perspective on sexual and violent expression is also too vague and will lead to a decline of Japanese culture. So it sounds like he's worried that Western standards are going to start creeping in on what he can create in Japan. And that's something that I don't like either because, well, I mean, this is one of the few areas where we actually get unrestricted entertainment. I mean, think of all of the shows that have caused problems over here in the West. Like Rise of the Shield Hero, for one, Goblin Slayer. Those were huge controversial animes when they came out over here. Remember how upset people got about it? Got about those animes? And what's going to happen when, they say, oh, we're not so sure you can create these. Now, I'm not trying to raise too much of an alarm here, but you do have a creator that's freaking out about it. And I think that it's worth paying attention to. So Akamatsu's largest concern comes from the plan's aforementioned international perspective, meaning that those following these guidelines could subject themselves to Western standards of acceptable content. As things stand right now, this plan exists and remains as mere suggestions, which haven't been codified in Japanese law. Now, they mention here this is the third time that he's expressed concern, and I think I did a video on him talking about it before. He's very outspoken about political correctness, and with good reasoning, right? Because look what it does to our stuff over here. It's almost completely destroyed. In fact, I would say it pretty much has completely destroyed Western entertainment and art. And it's likely going to be a long time till we get any of it back. I think, with the West, one thing we can do is crowdfund. Gina Carano is making her movies with the Daily Wire. Got Comicsgate making some good comics. I wish we could do more. As far as like regular monthly content, Japan has been providing that as well. And it's going to suck if this kind of stuff creeps in over there and starts destroying the creative process over there. So, when Japanese creators speak up, I think it's important to listen to them because, they're over there and they got their fingers on the pulse of what's going on. So hopefully this doesn't amount to anything and we're fine. We shall see. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.